Hey everyone, it's Marques Brownlee here. Welcome to our in-depth review of the iPhone 15. In this video, we'll explore the pros and cons of Apple's latest flagship phone. Stay tuned to find out if this is the right phone for you. Let's get started. Alright, let's kick things off with what Apple got right on this one. There's a lot to cover, so let's dive right in. First up, the camera. Every year, Apple somehow manages to squeeze even more performance out of these sensors, and the iPhone 15 is no exception. The improvements are not just incremental, they are substantial and noticeable. We're talking sharper images, better low-light performance, and some seriously impressive video capabilities. Whether you're capturing a sunset or filming a night out with friends, the results are consistently stunning. Now you know I gotta talk about the processor. It's the heart of the phone after all. This year, we've got the new A16 Bionic chip. And let me tell you, this thing is a beast. It's not just about raw speed, it's about efficiency and how it handles complex tasks with ease. It's faster, more efficient, and just chews through anything you throw at it. From multitasking to running the latest games, this chip handles it all without breaking a sweat. Whether you're gaming, editing videos, or just scrolling through social media, this phone can handle it all without breaking a sweat. The experience is smooth and lag-free, making it a joy to use. But it's not just about raw power. There's a lot more to this phone that makes it stand out. Apple's also made some design tweaks that I think you're gonna love. The attention to detail is impeccable, and it shows in every aspect of the phone. The bezels around the display are even slimmer than before, giving you more screen real estate in a form factor that's still comfortable to hold. It's a subtle change, but it makes a big difference in daily use. And speaking of the display, it's brighter, more vibrant, and just a joy to look at. Whether you're watching videos or browsing photos, the colors pop, and the clarity is top-notch. They've also introduced some new color options this year, which are always fun. It's a small touch, but it adds a bit of personality to your device. I'm personally digging the new mention-specific color. It's fresh, it's modern, and it stands out in a crowd. It's subtle, but it just looks really sleek. The design language is consistent with Apple's aesthetic, yet it feels new and exciting. Another thing I gotta give props to Apple for is the battery life. It's one of those things you don't fully appreciate until you experience it. I've been using the iPhone 15 as my daily driver for the past few days, and I've consistently been getting through a full day of use without needing to reach for the charger. That's with moderate to heavy use, mind you, so your mileage may vary, but it's definitely impressive. That's with moderate to heavy use, mind you, so your mileage may vary, but it's definitely impressive. It's reassuring to know that your phone can keep up with your busy day. And of course, we can't forget about the software. iOS 16 is a game changer in many ways. iOS 16 is buttery smooth, and it comes with a bunch of new features that really enhance the user experience. The interface is intuitive, and the new functionalities are genuinely useful. I'm particularly fond of the new mention-specific iOS 16 feature. It's something I didn't know I needed, but now I can't imagine using my phone without it. It adds a whole new layer of convenience. It's something I didn't know I needed, but now I can't imagine using my phone without it. It's these little touches that make the overall experience so much better. Overall, the iPhone 15 brings a lot to the table. It's a well-rounded device that excels in almost every area. It's got a fantastic camera, a blazing fast processor, a gorgeous display, and a bunch of other refinements that make it a joy to use. If you're in the market for a new phone, the iPhone 15 should definitely be on your radar. Now, let's talk about the other side of the coin, the things that might make you hesitate before you hit that buy button. It's always important to consider both the pros and the cons before making a significant purchase, especially when it comes to technology. First off, let's address the elephant in the room, the price. The cost of a new smartphone can be a major factor in your decision-making process. The iPhone 15 is not cheap. In fact, it's one of the most expensive smartphones on the market right now, and that can be a tough pill to swallow for many. In fact, it's one of the most expensive smartphones on the market right now. This high price point can be a deterrent for many potential buyers, especially when there are other, more affordable options available. And while it does offer a lot for that price, it's still a significant investment, and it's important to weigh whether those upgrades are worth the premium over some of the competition. You need to consider if the features and improvements justify the extra cost. Another thing that some people might not love is the lack of a headphone jack. This has been a point of contention for a few years now. Yeah, I know, it's 2023, and most people have already made the switch to wireless headphones, but there are still some holdouts out there. For those who prefer wired headphones, this can be a significant inconvenience. And while Apple does include a lightning-to-headphone jack adapter in the box, it's still an extra thing to carry around, and it's just not as convenient as having a dedicated port. This can be especially frustrating if you frequently switch between different audio devices. Now, this one's a bit more subjective, but I'm not a huge fan of the notch at the top of the display. It can be a bit distracting for some users. I know it houses the Face ID sensors and the front-facing camera, but it still feels like a bit of a compromise to me. The notch takes up valuable screen real estate. I would have much preferred a smaller notch or even a punch-hole camera design, like we're seeing on some Android phones. These designs offer a more seamless and immersive viewing experience. Another thing that's been a bit of a mixed bag for me is the battery life. Battery performance can vary greatly depending on how you use your phone. While I did say that I've been able to get through a full day of use on a single charge, that's with my usage patterns. Your experience may differ. If you're someone who's constantly on their phone, gaming, streaming videos, or using power-hungry apps, you might find yourself needing to top up before the day is done. Heavy users may need to carry a charger or power bank. And finally, there's the software. The operating system plays a crucial role in your overall experience with the device. Now, don't get me wrong, iOS 16 is a great mobile operating system, but it's not without its quirks. Every new software release comes with its own set of challenges. I've encountered a few bugs and glitches during my time with the iPhone 15, nothing major, but enough to be a little annoying. These minor issues can disrupt your user experience. Of course, Apple is usually pretty good about pushing out software updates to address these issues, but it's still something to keep in mind. Regular updates are essential for maintaining performance and security. So, there you have it, the pros and cons of the iPhone 15. We've covered its strengths and weaknesses in detail. It's a fantastic phone with a lot to offer, from its impressive camera capabilities to its sleek and modern design. But it's not without its drawbacks. Some users have reported issues with certain apps and notifications. Ultimately, the decision of whether or not to buy one comes down to your individual needs and priorities. Are you someone who values cutting-edge technology? If you're looking for the absolute best camera, the fastest processor, and the most polished software experience, then this phone might be perfect for you. The iPhone 15 offers a seamless and smooth user interface that many find appealing. The iPhone 15 is definitely worth considering. Its stylish design and robust features make it a strong contender in the market. But if you're on a tighter budget, you might want to think twice before making the investment. Or if you're not a fan of some of Apple's design choices, such as the notch or the lack of a headphone jack, there are plenty of other great phones out there to choose from. The market is full of alternatives that might better suit your preferences. Let me know in the comments below what you think of the iPhone 15. Your feedback is always appreciated. Are you planning to pick one up, or are you leaning towards another model? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for more tech reviews. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more updates.